10 past 11 o'clock. Oh. Oh. God damn. God damn, Rick.
Host Brocken.
Your phone's broken. That's not good. How's it broken? Alright, let's play. Let's play some Overwatch. A lot of y'all asked me what my favorite game is. And lo and behold, here it is. If I can charge my headset. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do is put my phone in my computer because this shit is hell annoying off the sword. Oh, yes, it did. Hell yeah. No, I didn't. Yes, it did. No, I didn't. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Thank God. Okay. Okay. Let's play my favorite game. You think this is funny, Marcus? Why did we vote for Rasan? Why did I do that? Coliseum, please. Switch it, switch it, switch it. No. What's up? Hi, Wagner. How you doing? A new map? No, not a new map. That's good, White Wagner. That's good. What'd you have for dinner? Wait. Anything good? I had homemade burgers. They were delicious. Are you jealous?
Oh, yes, dude, that's the man. They needed the ball. It's gonna be a good game. You should have taken over, dude. Nothing smashed them. No, not really. What do you have? It must have been like really bad if you're not even willing to say what it was. Yeah, I did a short term zombies, you know. I did that like yesterday. What of it? What's up, Melissa? How you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing? What's up, AJ? Watch my chest is full, dude. I freaking love this game. Oh yeah, watch it. Oh, damn it. of my team, dude, they're all done. Literally my whole team dead. Alright, Marcus. Oh my god, what is my team doing, bro? For what? Y'all got the sub. Yeah. Thank you, Kristen, appreciate that. Dude, my team is horrible. What is going on? Um, Jingham. What do you mean 2 live streams is crazy? Why is it crazy? I know, but what do you mean by 2 live streams is crazy? What's crazy about it? There's like literally nothing crazy about it. Yeah. Also, I don't have 2 live streams running. I have 4 live streams running. I should have swapped them all. All of them on YouTube, bro. Only 3 of them are on YouTube. The other one's on Twitch. God, my team is terrible, bro. It's a bad thing. This is the second screen. I mean, that's the phone screen. I would consider my PC stream the phone stream. I would consider the PC stream the first stream, rather. You know, it wasn't the first one, but it's the best one, so. And it's the one I want people to actually watch. That was such a bad game. What the heck, man? Yeah, that was good. I probably should have swapped those as well, but add the green. What do you mean add the green? What's that mean? Ooh, ha, na, 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 na. It's all good now. Runner. Okay, that's good. The green avatar. What do you mean the green avatar? I have no idea what you're talking about. In Roblox. What does that mean now? I don't know. I'm not playing Roblox. I'm playing Overwatch. I want to play my favorite character. But Reinhardt's good mutates got that better. Oh, na, 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 na. Say hi. Hi. Hello. Ignore me. Yo. Ignore me, Marcus. I don't wish for you to look at me. Oh my god. What do you mean? I mean, ignore me, Marcus. Ignore me. Okay. What's up, Hart? Welcome back. Oh, I left my heart off, Dude, what is my team doing, bro? That would have been such an easy fucking hill. Hey, you're Buddhist, right? What's up, baby? No, I'm not Buddhist. I like the Buddhist lifestyle, but I wouldn't consider myself to be Buddhist. You ever see that Namru song? What's the Namru song? I love the story of Buddha too. Um, but no, I don't necessarily believe in it as like a religious thing. Then why do you have a Buddha statue? Um, because, like I said, I really like the story of Buddha, and I like the idea of the lifestyle. But I just don't think of it. It's not like a religious thing for me. There's a lot of people actually that have like a Buddhist sort of lifestyle, but or at least they find certain aspects of Buddhism appealing, but they don't necessarily like subscribe to the religious beliefs of it. I can tell you the story of Buddha though. It's very fascinating. If you'd like to hear it. Great, great story. Way more interesting than the story about Jesus. The thing about like the story of Buddha too is that it's like quite a realistic story. I'm like like the story of Jesus where he's like walking on water and you know feeding a whole army of men with one fish and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. Um, it's just like a very grounded story, very realistic. Um, it's just interesting. It's just very interesting. but also, I don't necessarily believe in any religion. Um, I basically had some spiritual experiences that changed my beliefs quite a lot. Because for most of my life, I was an atheist until I had these sort of spiritual experiences, and they changed my viewpoint quite a lot. Basically, what I came to believe in terms of religion and spirituality is that, hey, bro, how you doing? Basically, my belief is that there's essentially many worlds that we don't necessarily understand very well, and because because we're humans and we have the limitation of not really being able to understand higher powers and things like that. Um, like to a degree that it would really be very substantial. Um, it's very problematic in the sense that we put a lot of beliefs that support these religious ideas that are probably not entirely true, but maybe to some degree. And because of that, essentially, we essentially we have created the idea that, well, we basically think that, like, for instance, like the Christian God really cares, like, whatsoever about, like, any individual's behavior on Earth. And I just think, like, realistically, um, any sort of being that has the kind of power like described in the Bible doesn't really care whatsoever about like a mortal's behavior on Earth, because it just doesn't affect them whatsoever. So like the way I think of it really is that there probably are quite a lot of gods, and they probably are quite powerful, but they just don't have a lot of investment into like moral behavior. And that's just, I think that's just the reality of, of God. So, like, you might ask, why does Christianity, um, why do they always state that their God is the one true God? And same with the Muslim religion as well. Um, yeah, what's up, King? How you doing? So what I would say to that is that, you know, any sort of God that wants to be worshipped, like, um, the Christian God obviously wants to be worshipped. They're obviously going to state that they're all powerful and most powerful, and I think, like, in a lot of regards that's pretty much untested, anyways. So it would be really hard to test. Um, so in a sense, it's not entirely not true. You know what I mean? Like, but there are other gods, surely, and just because the Christian God doesn't consider the other gods to be equal in his power, in holiness or whatever, that doesn't mean that they might not be equally powerful. But it's just something that isn't really tested, So, and I think most gods would be pretty fearful to test his power. So yeah, I don't know. I have a pretty odd viewpoint on religion in general, but as you could probably tell, but I think it's pretty grounded and realistic. Uh, what's up, boy? Welcome back. But like I said, I used to pretty much be atheist my entire life, so this is a pretty dramatic shift in belief. Um, so yeah, I don't necessarily, believe that the Christian God is like all powerful, like it's stated. But I do think he is a really powerful God, and it would be hard for any God to really compete with his power, but we just don't really know, anyways, because there would be no reason for any other like sort of deity or entity like that to have any conflict with them, because most of their beliefs are kind of like in alignment anyway. So there's really no reason that there would be like any sort of God war or anything like that. Oh, God fight, but whatever. Personally, my favorite God out of all the gods is the flying spaghetti monster. Because he's just very interesting. Um, you know, the the flying spaghetti monster um exists in several dimensions, which makes him a little bit different than some of the other gods, including the Christian god. Um, so yeah, yeah, and the reason that the flying spaghetti monster can exist uh, within multiple dimensions is because he has very long appendages. Um, his appendages are made primarily out of noodles and also some sauce as well. And because of that, he's able to extend his appendages um, through um, basically what's the word for it? Like basically like wormholes. So like typically only space worms can go through wormholes. Um, but because the flying spaghetti monster's appendages are kind of like space worms, he can also travel through the wormholes. And because the flying spaghetti monster can also travel through wormholes, he can reach into other dimensions. So basically, yeah, I don't know if it's true, but it's been stated that because he can reach his appendages into different dimensions, he might have more interest in human behavior than, say, like the Christian God might have, in our reality. Because the Christian God only exists primarily in this reality. So, the flying spaghetti monster might have more empathy because of his ability to, kind of interact with other dimensions through those wormholes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Story with the story. Oh, all types of kids. So yeah. Anyways, basically, what that boils down to is, like, do I consider myself to be a pastafarian? And I think the answer is yes. I definitely do consider myself to be a pastafarian, as controversial as it might be, because of those noodly appendages that he has. And yeah, I mean, the reason why I consider myself to be a pastafarian is because, the flying spaghetti monster could just reach through so many dimensions. So his power is like essentially infinite. And like not only um, and yeah, so like not only can the flying spaghetti monster reach through uh different dimensions with his noodle appendages, but like he can also sort of have like a wider spread of influence, because you know of the sauce that's attached to him. He can kind of spread that through other universes, and he can kind of cover different dimensions with like his marinara sauce. So it's a pretty powerful thing if you realize it. Those are tasty.